You open the sketchbook and find a drawing of yourself opening the sketchbook. Same room, same light, your hands holding the exact page you're reading right now, drawn in pencil strokes so precise they feel less like art and more like evidence. You flip backward through every page and find your entire life already recorded. Every decision, every moment, every morning you thought was just yours. All of it drawn out before you lived a single second of it. At the very bottom of the last page, written so small you almost miss it, are 3 words. You always knew. You don't know what that means yet, but something deep in your chest already does. Let's go back to where this started. 3 weeks ago, the biggest problem in your life was a printer that kept jamming on the 3rd floor. You were an office worker, desk, coffee, commute. The kind of life that doesn't feel bad exactly. It just feels like someone turned the volume down on everything without asking you first. Same conversations ending the same way. Same inbox filling faster than you could clear it. You stopped waiting for something different and started just waiting for the day to end, which is the kind of thing that happens so gradually you don't even notice it happening. That Tuesday night, you fell asleep on the couch with the TV still running. Nothing unusual, just another day that felt exactly like the one before it. But here's the thing, nobody tells you about ordinary life. It doesn't warn you before it ends. You wake up the next morning and look at your hand and everything changes in an instant. Thin black lines where your fingers used to be, clean simple strokes like someone drew the idea of a hand without bothering to fill in the details. No skin, no texture, just lines. You walk to the bathroom mirror and a stickman stares back at you. Perfectly clean, completely simple, like someone erased everything complicated about your appearance and left only the outline. You film it, because that's what any person does in this era when something impossible happens. You document it before you even process it. Your best friend gets the video, screenshots it, and posts it without asking. Within 2 hours, it has 4 million views. Within 4 hours, it's breaking news. By evening, there are people filming your building from the street. Your name and address are everywhere, and your phone won't stop ringing with numbers you don't recognize. The comments are split perfectly in half. One side convinced it's CGI, the other side genuinely scared in a way that has nothing to do with you personally. Like your existence cracks something open in how they understand reality. Neither half is treating you like a person, and that part hits differently than you expected. The government doesn't wait long. 3 black vehicles, 12 people in suits, polite voices using words like voluntary and temporary and standard procedure. You go with them because what else do you do? They put you in a facility room with a bed and a window and bring you food 3 times a day and ask you questions for hours. Doctors, scientists, people who won't tell you their names. They're not cruel, they're just not interested in you as a person. There's a difference and you feel it in every hour you spend in that room, being studied like a phenomenon instead of treated like a human being who is quietly falling apart. Then, on the 3rd night, something slides under your door. A black sketchbook. No name, no note. The hallway completely empty when you open the door and check. Just a sketchbook sitting there like it was placed by someone who knew exactly when you'd be ready to find it. You open the first page and everything you thought you understood about your own life starts quietly falling apart. The first entry is last Thursday and it's exactly right. Not roughly right, not close, but precisely. Impossibly accurate in every detail. Written like someone was sitting in the corner of your room taking notes while you lived your life without knowing you had an audience. You flip forward fast because you already understand what this means. Everything already written has happened exactly as recorded, which means everything not yet written is just as certain as everything that has. And nothing prepares you for what you find 11 pages from today. Her name at the top of a page and underneath it, one sentence written in the same calm, unbothered handwriting as everything else. She stops responding. 11 days from now, you sit with that and then make a decision that turns out to be a mistake. You flip backward, looking for her name before the transformation, because something in you needs to understand the full picture. And what you find changes everything. She was developing feelings for you, already building into something real across 3 quiet pages, small moments accumulating into something neither of you had named, but both of you were starting to feel. That version of your life existed, it was already happening. Then the transformation came and the very next page reads like a completely different story. Same handwriting, same calm certainty, like losing everything that was quietly becoming yours was just another scheduled event. So you fight it. You reach out, keep it natural, remind her through every conversation that nothing inside you changed. And for a while, it genuinely seems to be working. Longer conversations, warmer replies. One night, you talk for 2 hours and it feels so normal you almost convince yourself the sketchbook got this one wrong. It didn't get it wrong. Her last message arrives on a gray, ordinary afternoon. 7 words, sitting on your screen with no follow-up, no explanation, just quiet, honest finality. I wish things were different. I really do. And the thing that breaks you isn't the rejection, it's the honesty inside it, because she genuinely means every word and she's choosing to let it go anyway, because wishing something was different and being able to live inside it being different are two things that have nothing to do with each other. That night, you test the sketchbook. Small things first, controllable, simple things that any person could change just by paying attention. You're supposed to fall asleep and miss a meal, so you set 4 alarms and sit upright with the lights on. You fall asleep anyway. You try 6 more things over the next 3 days, and every single one happens exactly as written. Not because you weren't trying, but because trying doesn't seem to register. Like, the version of you making decisions is just a character who thinks he's directing the plot, but has never once actually held the pen. What if you never had a choice? Not since the transformation, not before it, not ever. You push the thought away, but it doesn't go very far, and somewhere just beyond the walls of that room, you become aware of something that feels like an edge. Like the world has a border nearby, and something exists on the other side of it that you were never supposed to find. You find it 3 days later. A place at the far end of a corridor where the walls just stop, where everything your world is made of simply ends and white emptiness begins, stretching out in every direction like a page that hasn't been drawn on yet. You stand at the edge for a long time, then you step over. The world behind you shrinks immediately, becoming small and distant like a drawing viewed from far away. And for one moment, it feels like freedom. Like you finally stepped outside every line that was ever drawn around you. Every wall, every predetermined path, every loss that was scheduled before you could do anything about it. Then the feeling starts draining away. First the grief about her, just gone, lifted out of you like it was never yours. Then the longing, then the love, then even the fear, until there is nothing left inside you at all. Not peace, not relief, just complete flatness. Like standing in a room where the temperature is exactly neutral and there is no sound and nothing is happening and nothing will ever happen. This is what you wanted. No more pain, no more predetermined losses, no more sketchbook telling you what comes next. But here, outside every line that ever made your life feel like a trap, you realize something that changes the entire story. The lines weren't the prison. They were everything that made you real. Every feeling you wanted to escape, every loss that broke you, every moment of grief and longing and fear was drawn into you on purpose. Because a life without any of it isn't freedom. It's just a blank page. You run back. The moment you cross back inside the lines, every feeling crashes into you simultaneously. The grief and the love and the fear all at once, overwhelming and painful and completely, undeniably yours. And for the first time since the transformation began, you don't wish any of it away. You go back to the sketchbook but read it differently now. Not looking for things to change, just trying to understand who drew it and why, following the lines backward through every page until deep in the final section, you find something you missed the first time, a drawing of a hand holding a pencil, drawing you. You follow the lines of that drawing until you become aware of a presence you can feel but barely see. Not a person exactly, just a hand and a pencil, quietly working somewhere just at the edge of your perception, drawing your world one line at a time. And something in you that has been building since the first page of the sketchbook finally rises up, and you reach out to stop it, to take the pencil, to finally be the one deciding what gets drawn next. Then you see what's on the page the hand is currently drawing. You, reaching out toward the hand. This exact moment, this exact expression on your face, this exact motion you are making right now, already captured in pencil before you finish making it. You lower your hand slowly, and at the bottom of the page, written in the same small, careful handwriting as the very first entry, 3 words: you always knew. You sit back down inside your drawn world, and you don't feel defeated and you don't feel free. You feel something quieter and more permanent than either of those things. Every line drawn around you, your family, your fears, your habits, the way you love people, the specific way loss feels when it finds you, none of it was chosen by the version of you that woke up that Tuesday morning thinking the worst part of his day would be a headache. It was all drawn before you were old enough to hold a pencil yourself. And maybe that's not the terrifying part. Maybe the terrifying part is the question it leaves behind, the one that follows you out of this story and into your own life, the one that doesn't have a clean answer no matter how long you sit with it. The person drawn inside your lines, is that someone you would have chosen to draw yourself?